in this particular problem, we're going to solve for x. First thing I have to do is get my x term by itself first. Okay, I'm going to subtract rid of that 2. I have to undo the plus 2. So I'm going to subtract 2. Subtract 2. All right, put the phone away. You're starting to disturb the class already. By turning the phone on, you're disrupting the class. All right, u minus 2. These two add up to 0. I get my 3x. And now I have to divide by the coefficient to get x3, to get x by itself. Again, I don't care what the other side looks like. I want to get x by itself. So I have u minus 2 divided by 3 equals x. That's my answer. Any questions? 3. This time we're going to solve for a. And my a happens to be in the numerator of the fraction. So I have to get this guy by itself first. So I'm going to I need to get rid of that negative 5. So I'm going to multiply, since this is being divided by negative 5, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So here I have negative 5 times u is negative 5u. Huh? I'm doing the examples now. But this negative 5 cancels with this negative 5. And I end up with 3a. And I need to get the a by itself. So I'm going to divide by the coefficient 3. My 3's cancel, and I get my a by itself. And I get this whole big mess over here. Negative 5u divided by 3. That's my answer. Number 5. I have to solve for x. See, my x is here. That means I have to get this term by itself. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Don't combine these. These are unlike terms. I get z plus 3 equals, these 3's add up to 0. Bring down my negative 2x. I have to get x by itself. So I'm going to divide by coefficient, negative 2. And I get this whole big mess on the left-hand side. Z plus 3 divided by negative 2. And I get my x on the right-hand side. And I'm done. X is by itself. She was here, wasn't she? Yeah. Number 7. Okay, solve for x. Okay, actually this term is by itself. So all I have to do is just divide both sides by -8. My -8's cancel, I get x. And on the left-hand side, I have b divided by -8. Number 9, I have to solve for a. See, it's in this term, so I have to get this term by itself. So the opposite of -2, +2, or +2. So I get z plus 2. These two add up to 0. Plus 2. I get -2a. Get a by itself. Divide by -2. Now I have to divide the whole thing by -2. I get a by itself. And I get this whole big mess over here. Z plus 2 divided by -2. Um, 11, we're solving for a. See, my a is right here, so I have to get that term by itself. So I'm going to get rid of everything else. I'm going to subtract b. So I get g minus b equals -12a plus 16. Got to get rid of the 16. So I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. All of these are unlike terms, so I have to leave them. G minus b minus 16 equals -12a. Divide by -12. Divide everything by -12. I get this big mess over here. G minus b minus 16, all divided by -12, equals a. I'm going to do one of your homework problems because this is the second one I saw where our variables in the denominator. I have to solve for a. Here's my a. Now there's no way I can get, unless I divide by a fraction, I'm going to get this a over to the other side. So I'm going to multiply both sides by a so that these cancel. And I get a times u equals negative 2b. Now I'm going to get rid of the u, so I'm going to divide by u. Now I get my a by itself. And on the right-hand side, I get negative 2b divided by u. Number 13. It says solve for x. And it's in the numerator with the 3. So I have to get this term by itself first. So I'm going to get rid of the y. I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So I get z minus y equals, these y's cancel. I get negative 3x over 2. Still trying to get this guy by itself, so I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2. So left-hand side, negative 2 times z minus y. Negative 2 cancels out. I get my positive 3x. Get x by itself. Divide by 3. Huh? Divide by 3. I get negative 2 times z minus y divided by 3 equals x. Finally got x by itself. Number 15. Have to get x by itself. My x term. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the minus 2y. I'm going to add 2y. I get u plus 2y. I have minus 8 plus 16x. Okay, get rid of the 8. Add 8 both sides. These are all unlike terms. Leave them separate. U plus 2y plus 8 equals positive 16x. Then get x by itself. Divide by the coefficient 16. Divide everything by the coefficient 16. So I have u plus 2y plus 8 divided by 16 equals x. We have to solve for a Let's get this term by itself first. So I'm going to add 4b to both sides. So z plus 4b equals negative 16 over a. You could go two different ways on this. You can multiply by a and then divide by z plus 4b, or we can multiply, we can separate these. This actually equals negative 16 over 1. Let's do it that way. Let's do it the other way. It's less complicated. So I'm going to multiply both sides by a. So I get a times b plus 4b equals, these a's cancel, I get negative 16. Now I still have to get a by itself. This is a whole quantity. This is a number. These are being multiplied. So I'm just going to divide by this number, z plus 4b. Divide by this number, z plus 4b. These cancel out. 1 times a is just a. And I get this whole other mess. Negative 16 divided by z plus 4b. That was really quite a hard one. I think there's page 4. Yeah, we got another page too. Huh? When he gets back in. All right, number 19. What? Turn what in? I didn't get it. All right, number 19. We have to solve for a. Here's the a term. Quiet, quiet. All right, so I'm going to get rid of all my non-a terms over here. I'm going to add 2b to both sides. I get z plus 2b equals negative 4a plus 2. I'll have to get that guy by itself. Subtract 2 from both sides. So I have z plus 2b minus 2 equals negative 4a. And divide both sides by the coefficient, negative 4. Okay, so I have z plus 2b minus 2 divided by negative 4 equals a. Okay, 21. I have to solve for A. A is in the numerator, thankfully. I'm going to multiply both sides by K. My K's cancel. I get my A equals W plus V over B times K. I don't care what the other side looks like as long as I get my A on one side. Don't do 22 for your homework. I'm not going to give you one that hard on the test. 23, solve for A. Here's my A. So I'm going to subtract C from both sides because that's a positive C. So I'm going to subtract C. I get negative A equals R minus D minus B minus C. And I can either multiply by negative 1 or divide by negative 1. I'm going to multiply by negative 1. So I get my A equals, if I distribute negative 1, all the signs change. So I get negative R plus D plus B plus C. Okay, your homework. Do all of them except number 22.